don't know if this is working, but like I'm honestly like I have so many like thoughts like about this. I just wanted to like come on here because like I actually have like mad anxiety right now. Like my mind is like racing, my heart is going. Like tomorrow I'm supposed to move house. So I'm like meant to be packing all day today, but like I've just been like staring at like my laptop and my phone for the past 2 hours. And because people are asking me, messaging me like, are you guys okay? You guys were out in Itaewon. Today is a Sunday. We were out in Itaewon on Friday night. Yeah, everyone's been asking me, messaging me, are you okay? Are you guys okay? I just wanted to tell you guys we're all like, as in all our group, that you guys know, and that we all like were together on Friday night. We're all okay, thank goodness. But it's like I've been to Kelsey called me like half an hour ago, like, and we're both in shock. We are both so in shock. Like Danny was really shook up yesterday. He texted me straight away last night, being like, Anna, are you okay? Are you in Itaewon right now? Yeah, everyone, like Subini, David, everyone in our whole team is just like, we're so shaken up by this. You guys know what's happening, right? For those of you who may not know what's happened, last night, basically because it's Halloween on the 31st, which is this Monday, but this is the weekend where everyone parties because nobody really goes out to party on a Monday evening. So always the Friday and Saturday of like Halloween weekend is like when everybody goes out a lot. I always heard that and in Seoul, basically Itaewon is the place to go for Halloween. Like Hongdae, yes, like people go out and dress up, but Itaewon since like years ago has always been the place to go, because there were obviously the most foreigners there, and obviously Halloween is like a American holiday, and so and now over the years it has become like known as the party place where people just cosplay, they go and dress up, and then you just walk around and you people watch in Itaewon. And we partied on Friday, so I booked like a party space for like me and my friends on Friday night, so that was in Itaewon. So we booked that place, and then I had it to like Saturday morning 9 a.m. And so we got ready there, we were drinking there, and then our plan was like we're gonna go out to the streets, see what the vibe is like. I was also trying to film a vlog that day, trying to get some content, and then if it gets too crazy, we're gonna come back to the house, and we always have this like safe space to escape to. And I'm so glad that we did that. And Friday night was still insane. Like, it's actually crazy to me because all the things that I saw on social media today, I walked down that street. I mean, I walked down that street so many times. I party in Itaewon like all throughout the summer, and it just hits way, way too close to home for me. Like this could happen. Like, I was standing like shoulder to shoulder with people on Friday night, and like there were certain points where it was like you couldn't move for like 15 minutes at a time because it was just like you just packed like like sardines in a can. And not even all of my friends came out on Friday night because they were like, some of them were just like, no, just not dealing with the crowds, not gonna do it. Only me and a few other of my friends, we were like, we just want to see what the vibe of the street is like. And I know that exact like alleyway where the main crush happened. It's like there's this bar slash club called Waikiki, and like next to it is like this very steep, narrow alleyway that goes out onto the main street. And for those of you who don't know, Itaewon is like really there's like a big whole strip full of like maybe 50 clubs and bars that's just like for purely just partying. That's like the main place, and it's really narrow and small, and Itaewon is hilly. And that main alleyway that goes onto the main, it's like a 3-point juncture where you're coming in from here and then you go out onto the main thing, and it's already dangerous on like normal weekends, but on Halloween weekend it's like especially bad. So what had happened was, if you guys have seen like the pictures and videos and stuff on social media or on the news, like that people, when you're in like surrounded by that many people, you don't even, you can't move, you're not moving of your own accord. Like you get pushed in the crowd and you're just moving with like as like fluid part of the crowd. Your feet probably not even touching the floor, and like literally, I'm actually having like mad anxiety like thinking about this. Like you literally suffocating by like other people's weight on you. And what had happened was, I think that alleyway, because it goes downhill, and if one person falls, then everyone falls like a domino on top of them. And have you ever had like a person like dead weight on top of you? Like even one person's dead weight on top of you is so heavy. Imagine like 5, 6 people on top of you. Like honestly, my heart is like racing thinking about this. And that's basically what had happened. And like I saw videos of like the police trying to like that alleyway where people were like actually stuck, but like on the whole like pile of like people, they were stuck, and trying to like get people out who are like stuck on the underneath part. But it's just like the weight is too much. Weight is way too much. You can't do anything. Literally all you can do if you're stuck in that kind of situation is try to like, the best thing to do is like try to climb the walls and like get out of that situation instead of trying to like make your way to the front. Oh my god, it's just terrible what's happened. Like, and we literally were there on Friday. Like we could have easily been swept up into that crowd. That's what like really freaks me out. I was out until like 6 a.m. on Saturday morning, and we were in Itaewon the whole night. Like I'm so like, and yeah, it's probably not good for my mental health. I've just been like just checking my phone for the past like 2 hours, looking at all the photos and videos and stuff, and like the amount of people like receiving CPR in like their Halloween costumes and stuff is honestly like, is this real life? Is this really like what's happening? I saw a video of a guy climbing out of the crowd, yeah, and people like locking themselves in phone booths, and okay, I just wanted to clarify something, because I've seen people being like, this was a stampede. Why on earth was there a stampede? This stampede is not what you described this. This is not a stampede. Stampede, it kind of insinuates that people were being rowdy, drunk, and like being like, you know, like unruly. This is, I mean, yes, I'm sure there was some of that going on, but this is not why this tragic event has happened. Itaewon, like I said, super narrow, small streets. If you guys have ever been there, you will know. And there are apparently 100,000 people gathered there last night, and there was absolutely no crowd control. Like I've been to BTS concerts, right, when there's like a huge amount of people, and the crowd control is like controlled. Like the exits are all manned by people, making sure that it's not over capacity at any one time, and like there's only a few like exit points out of those alleyways into the main streets. And 100,000 people, and everyone's, you know, like, you literally, there's no personal space. You literally, your ribs and your lungs is being suffocated by other people's weight. That is such a horrible way to die. And like, and nobody was rushing. Nobody was like running through. It's just a human traffic jam, because there's no space to escape. That's what happened. And especially if you're like caught at the front, or if you're caught against a wall and the pressure's getting to you, this is what happens. There were too many people in that small area. Was there no police, or not enough? Yeah, I think from now, like because I've seen instances in the UK where these kind of things have happened at like football events, really similar things like death by human crushing. And now Korea has unfortunately experienced this like extremely tragic event. They will now be obviously extremely more, they will put way more crowd control measures in, barricades and more cops manning each exit station, and just not letting it get to that point. It's not about people being drunk or unruly, or like, it's not about that. It's literally, it was just too many people, way too many people packed into a small confined space. Oh my God. Yeah, like, it's honestly, it hits way too close to home. Danny was saying to me, like, I don't think I can go to Itaewon for a while now. It is too freaky. And it just, imagine like I've read so many accounts of the people that were there. They were saying like, I lost my friend in the crowd, and she was like saying to me like, I feel like I'm gonna pass out. And like most of the victims were like, basically people that died were like women in their 20s, because women are obviously, you know, smaller, lighter, they get crushed more. Most of the women are in their 20s. I think the numbers right now is like around 150, if I'm not mistaken. This story will keep developing over the next few days, and 150 people dead officially, and so many more people injured or in hospital right now. It is actually just awful. It's awful. And the thing is, like, the most shocking, like, I remember like posting to my Instagram stories like maybe 2 weeks ago, and I was legit saying like, oh, like, I want to do Halloween in Itaewon, but I'm like scared I might die. I remember I said this, and it's honestly, I have chills. Like, I cannot believe this has happened, and it's just, I'm so, like, I was in Apgujeong last night, which is like on the south of the river of Seoul, and maybe it was like almost 2 a.m. or something, and then all of our phones started going off with all these alerts and being like, there was an accident in Itaewon and there's loads of traffic there, so be careful. And so I was like, what's happening? And then I obviously looked it up and like see all this madness, and then obviously I was like, okay, I'm gonna go home. I like everyone, like, tried to make sure everyone's okay, tried to reach out to everyone, but even getting a taxi home was impossible last night because everyone was, trying to get out of whatever situation they were in. Like, it was impossible, and my taxi driver was so shook as well. He was like, what is happening? Like, he was like, and the thing is, like, I've seen like the articles, and like loads of people, Korean people have different like opinions on this. People are trying to say like, oh, why are we just celebrating like this Western weird satanic holiday tradition anyway? Like, and we shouldn't like not let kids like celebrate Halloween at kindergartens and like primary schools. Like, it's not about what holiday it was or whatever it was. It's really not about this. It's about like crowd control. It's literally it. Crowd control. Like, Seoul City should have done much, because everyone knew that this was like the first non-socially distanced event since COVID. There were no masks. Like, for the past 3 years, like Halloween, I think probably the first 2 years, it was like probably banned, or like barely like any people went at all. Last year was busy. This year was like, all the restrictions have been lifted. No like quarantine after travel. Loads of more people are here, and like this felt like the first like proper Halloween event that was kind of back to normal since COVID. And so it was, everyone expected to be like loads and loads of people. And Seoul City should have done like realized that there was going to be this could happen. I can't even talk today. And they should have done more barricades, crowd control, more cops, more people manning the area. And this is insane. So many of my friends, like, we're so shook about this. Let me just see what you guys are saying. I tried to leave the area, but the police kept telling people to go to the subway in front of the Hamilton Hotel. It was crowded, and the people stranded and just laying down on the subway. That bit is always behind the Hamilton Hotel in Itaewon, the whole main party place. Yeah, I'm honestly so shook about this. And like, I feel like this is probably the worst incident that's happened in Korea since like the ferry Seoul submersion incident like a few years ago. And like, because we literally, I went to Itaewon. I was basically there all weekend during the summer. And so it's honestly, I don't know what's gonna happen now. But like all these terrible events that happen, it's like, obviously something has to happen as a consequence. There's always a reaction. But it's good to like be more preventative in the first place rather than be reactionary after the fact. Yeah, people blaming Halloween rather than the crowd control is silly. It's not about the holiday. And some people are saying, oh, I bet people were like doing drugs, and like I heard that like people were like taking like candies from strangers that could have drugs in them. First of all, drug dealers are not giving out expensive drugs to just randos on the streets for free. That is just not a thing. People that say that just don't know anything. That is really seriously not the reason. I was there on Friday night. Itaewon, you go because everyone's dressed up in costumes. Everyone wants to people watch and take pictures and videos with other people. And everyone, like, not even people that living in Seoul, people from all parts of Korea come to Itaewon for Halloween. From all parts of Korea. That's just what happens. And it's just the crowd got way too many people. And I always heard, like, yeah, Saturday is always the more intense day of the weekend. I'm so glad we went out, we had our thing on the Friday. But this is actually just madness. And because Halloween is tomorrow, actual Halloween day is the 31st, probably if this had not happened, people would still be partying tonight, you know, people that might not have like have to go to work on Monday or whatever, people will still be partying tonight. I don't know what the vibe of just generally, like, the vibe of Korea is going to be for like the next week or so. I heard loads of K-pop concerts got cancelled. Yeah, just people like SM cancelled their Halloween party and all of this. I remember people were being, the general mood of the general public was so sad after the ferry incident. And that lasted for so long. People were being sad for so long, it actually impacted the economy. Nobody was like out doing stuff, spending money. So the government had to be like, hey guys, can we, like, it is sad, but can we like kind of get back to normal? Like, this is going to affect Seoul for a while. It's not an Itaewon problem. It was just a really poor planning, lack of planning to handle a crowd of that size. Yeah, like, this is why, like, I genuinely, I have no interest in going to like a music festival. Like, stadium concerts, like BTS stadium concerts, for example, you have planned seating, and I've never really got what's it called, you know, when you're at the front just standing. I think I just generally prefer being seated at my seat and just being close enough to be able to see. But like stuff like music festivals where, you know, like stuff like Astroworld, or, you know, that Netflix documentary one, what was it called? But anyway, stuff like that, when you're just like in an out of control crowd and you could be like at the front or in the middle and you're like, people are like pushing all around you, that just does not sound like an idea, like a good night to me. Which is why, like, I had booked like the party space for me and my friends, because we were like, we need a place that we can be able to escape if it gets too much. I have mad anxiety, honestly. Like, I barely got any sleep. Like, my heart, I could feel when I was like trying to go to sleep, I was like, my heart was going. And like, obviously at like football, like sports events and like, you know, pop star concerts, they have extreme like security. But like, it's just it's mad to think like Itaewon is just like free for all. Like, there was 100,000 people on those tiny narrow streets. It's actually crazy. And like, I filmed like an entire vlog that night. I wanted to make a video being like, oh, this is what Itaewon Halloween is like, because especially for those of you who've never been to Korea or whatever, I just wanted to show you the vibe. And obviously I cannot upload any of that now because it's just very insensitive. People have died. I cannot upload any of that, but I did want to like come on here and like give you guys an update, because I mean, I have so many like thoughts and people are asking. So yeah, but luckily, like, me and like, you know, our team, everyone's okay. But I just wonder like what the vibe is going to be like for the next week or so. Yeah, I've reached out to everyone. Everyone's okay. I've already seen blame put on Itaewon and Halloween culture and partying. Yeah, that's the thing. I've seen so many unnecessary comments. People like, oh, there's, you know, there's suckers. Like, you put it on yourself to like go and party when you know it's going to be like this. You kind of brought it on yourself. What comes around goes around. Stuff like this is just like so, like, it's not about that. It's not about that at all. It's literally just about like logistically, the logistics of that location. And the fact that there was like no like security and control. Oh my god, I just can't imagine being like in that crowd. That, yeah, I saw like videos of like people like going blue in the face, and like people already passed out, and like it's just, it's horrific. And like what nobody expected this. Actually, no. I saw articles and stuff being like, Halloween Itaewon has always been slightly like dangerous because there's so many people, and it's kind of like surprising that this has not kind of happened already. But I think from now, it always takes like one really tragic event like this for them to really, really do something. So I'm guessing from now on, they're going to have they're going to be really extremely careful about what happens in future events. I'm seeing current people saying like, everyone should cancel Halloween. We should not do Halloween anymore. And like, what is this? This is ridiculous. It's not about canceling Halloween. It's about, better crowd control and not being preventative, because you're already aware that stuff like this could happen. This happened last night. Yes, this happened last night. So Saturday evening going into Sunday morning. I was out Friday evening going out into Saturday. But this is actually crazy. Yesterday was just something else. Yeah, Itaewon is already mad on most weekends. Yeah, and then you guys, some people messaging me like, you and Subini talked about this in your live the other day. We were being like, oh, we're kind of like really anxious and like we're kind of nervous of the crowd, so we're gonna go. Yeah, we could have been easily one of those people just like swept up, because you don't know when you're in the thick of it, right? You're just like, oh, it'll be okay, like this crowd will disperse. But once you're in the, you cannot move out of your own accord at all. Terrifying. And I'm so like, yeah, it must be devastating to all the families and the friends of the people that have like realizing what's happened, people that have passed away. Yeah, I got home at like 3 something, almost 4 last night. And then my dad was like going to the bathroom. I was like, Dad, like, have you seen the news? And then he was like, what's happened? And then we switched on the news and he was like, oh. And then he was like, weren't you there last night? I was like, I was there last night. So I have to really try to pull myself together and like try not to look at social media so much for the rest of the day. I have actually things to do. But I did want to like talk to you guys about this because yeah, I wanted to clarify that it was not a stampede. It's not people being unruly and like people like just being violent, shoving. It's just literally like 100,000 people packed into a small space, and this tragedy happened. And so it's not a stampede, and it's not any like, I heard rumors like, oh, maybe like there was like a celebrity or like a famous YouTuber there that caused. It's not any one specific one's fault. It's just like, it's just so unfortunate. Yeah, it's just the space and just like the logistics of it all. Yeah, we will try to update you guys. I mean, like, we are supposed to be releasing Ramen and Chill on Tuesday, but I just don't know what the vibe is like. Thank you, Anna. Please let David and Danny know. We are so glad you're all okay. Yeah. On Friday night, Danny and Jin and Juan and like Subini, Kelsey, we were all there. David was editing. Luckily, yesterday night, none of us were like in Itaewon. We were all somewhere else. How can we help those who were hurt? I think there are already links starting to happen. I will be posting them, whatever links to my socials, Instagram. I really don't know why people couldn't escape from there. It's because literally, if the streets was about this narrow, imagine that you're moving. It's literally like, how can I describe it? You can't move. You literally have no personal space, and your feet are being pushed. You're literally being moved through the crowd because of the weight of the other people behind you. So unless you're a really, really strong man, or like if you're really strong, maybe you could climb walls and get out of there. It was literally like a zombie movie. I couldn't believe my eyes, like this was like really what's happening. It literally looked like a zombie apocalypse movie. Some of the videos that I saw. There was like a video I saw of like a streamer. He was like in the thick of it, and he was like streaming his situation, and his face was like in pain, like, because I could tell like his lungs and his ribs, everything was getting crushed. And there was like this like woman much shorter than him, like literally like in the crowd. She was like crying out for help. It's just terrifying. Do you think you can try to escape? You can't. There's no way you can escape from that. Absolutely no. If people fall in a domino effect, you can't do anything. Something like that has happened in my school once. Yeah, literally. And because everyone's fucking panicking, right? Everyone's fucking panicking. And yeah, once one person says, okay, let me try to like just shove my way out or whatever, people fall. And then once one person falls, I mean, like rest in peace to the people that it is such a terrifying way to die. Yeah, and honestly, it's just like, I can't believe the images, like on the people on the streets with all the ambulances and people getting CPR and everyone in their Halloween costumes. Like, it honestly just doesn't seem real. It like I'm just in disbelief. I'm disbelief. Even the strongest guy isn't getting out of that. Yeah, and yeah, the numbers keep going up, but I think the most of the people that did die were women because they're like less strong, and yeah, this reminds you of the Travis Scott concert. The exact same thing happened. Yeah, exactly. Except this was, I think, even more severe than this. Yeah, even more severe. Yeah, it's not a stampede. It was just a crowd traffic jam. Death by crushing. Crowd crushing. That's the official name. It's not a stampede. Because stampede, it kind of sounds like people were like running and then they fell and nobody was able to run. You weren't even able to walk barely. It's just you get out, you have the main street behind the hotel, and then you have these small alleyways that go out, and it has like a T-juncture at each of these points. And because people are coming from all directions, this is like that's the thing that's really bad about Itaewon. It's not just one way or whatever. It's two-way, and then you try to go out in these T-junctures, and everyone just gets crushed trying to go onto the main streets. I honestly don't know what's going to happen. Like, Itaewon was one of the most neighborhoods affected by COVID, actually. It was really, really busy and like popping place. And then COVID happened, and like so many businesses disappeared at a loss. It was one of those neighborhoods that really, like, it could have, like, you know, Myeongdong is dead right now. Myeongdong is like a dead neighborhood. Itaewon almost went that way. Like, so many people left Itaewon. And now, like, it was becoming really, like, happening again. Like, it was becoming really, really lively. So many bars, lounges, things, like, happening in Itaewon. And now, after this has happened, I don't know what's going to happen. Actually, you guys, yeah, when I was looking for flats, I was looking at places in Itaewon as well. But in the end, I'm not living there anymore. I'm, like, living, like, somewhere, like, close by, but not exactly in Itaewon. But this is... I'm actually so... It's crazy. Seoul City needs to do better. The government needs to do better. I think this, I mean, yeah, I kind of agree that this was an accident kind of waiting to happen, to be honest. Yeah, and we are all so shook about this, but we will keep you updated as to like what's gonna happen. Obviously, I cannot upload my Halloween vlog, like, because it's very inside. We were just like having fun. We were in our safe space. We were partying, having fun. I was going to upload that, edit that, upload it. I cannot do that. It's just I'm in absolute shock. How is the situation there now? I mean, if you've seen the like the social media feeds, it's just utter like a zombie apocalypse. And most people, a lot of the victims have been transferred into like the nearest hospitals and stuff. But the roads actually just look like mayhem. They're still trying to identify people. Exactly. I heard there were some foreigners that also died, maybe like 19 the last time I checked, 19 foreigners. But like I said, you guys, everyone in all parts of Korea, come to Seoul, come to Itaewon for Halloween weekend. But luckily, yeah, and it's just most people in their 20s, they had their entire lives ahead of them. All they wanted was just like, you know, a fun night out after working a lot. Is everyone that went to your party okay? Everyone that came to my party were all completely fine. We were there the one night before this happened. So we were there Friday night. And yeah, I'm just disappointed at some of the comments that I've been seeing on social media. People trying to deflect and like say, oh, they shouldn't have even gone there in the first place, or like they kind of brought it on themselves, or whatever. They're saying we should not even do Halloween anymore. It's seriously not about that. Seriously not about that. So you guys, yeah, this is why I have a fear of big crowds. This is why. And it's a legit, like, death by big crowds, crowd crushing is it's a real thing that can happen. So this is why you always have to keep yourself safe. Honestly, keep your wits about you and never get too negligent. If you feel like you're you're getting into like an uncomfortable situation, get out of there. Seriously, get out of there. Like on Friday, I had my camera, I was like vlogging on the streets, and like that main street, that is the most horrible part. But it wasn't as bad as the videos that I've been seeing from last night. It was not as bad. There was still loads of like pockets of like the sides where you could have, you had space. Which there was a helicopter from above to reel people out. Yeah, but it's like once like one person falls and everyone falls on top of them, the weight, if you try to, I saw the videos of the police trying to pull the people out. You can't. Have you like I said, dead weight on you, and then if you have like 5, 6, 10 people on top of this person, you can't pull them out. No way. It doesn't matter how strong you are, you cannot pull them out. Like I literally cannot believe this is real. So yeah, you guys, I will keep you updated. Yeah, Danny, we're all super like shaken up. We're supposed to do ramen and chill release and watch party for Tuesday evening. We were gonna do it at my place, but what do you guys think? Should we just do it because we want to provide relief entertainment for people that want to see, or we should just like, I don't know, wait like a week or so? I don't know what to do. Because other entertainment companies, they've canceled their whatever events, K-pop concerts, SM's Halloween event and whatever. I don't know what is the right thing to do. Yeah, it doesn't seem, if there's anyone out partying tonight, like I cannot imagine going out tonight at all. You think postpone, wait a bit? Probably best to wait. Okay. Yeah. And it's just, yeah, I don't know how, for me, because like I said, Itaewon is like my like go-to party place of choice, and I was there all throughout the summer. But it's gonna be so fucking weird to go back there and just like imagine all those people that what happened last night. And like, I'm so glad none of my friends and nobody that I knew got hurt. But yeah, we will keep you guys updated. Make sure you guys stay safe. We'll be okay. We'll be okay. And yeah, we'll keep you posted. I'm gonna go pack now to move tomorrow. But I just wanted to give you guys an update and just to let you know that we're all okay. So we'll speak to you soon. Yeah, I don't know, like probably we'll do the lives, like the Naked Inside lives, my live on Naked Soul and stuff. We'll probably do, and we'll update you more there. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Have a good rest of the weekend. Bye bye.